그러면서 막 회식 자리에서는 여러분 오늘 정말 고생 너무 많으셨어요.
Oh my gosh.
감사드리고요.
Hi everyone, we are
LaChiMoLaLa.
And we are back with another request episode for Going 17. Although I guess maybe this was our request and we just asked Carrots to tell us which ones they were.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah, pretty much all the Carrots said that the MBTI episodes are a must watch. So here we are.
Here we are. And I know we've both taken the test. At this moment, I cannot remember what I am. I will look that up for next time. But I'm interested to see where the guys fall. There's so many different layers. So we'll have to see if our biases come up with the right stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what test that they've actually taken. If it was like that 16 personalities website, because I know JK from BTS, like he used that website to find out his MBTI. Like when he first like signed up for Instagram, he like posted it. So I forgot what he was, but I'm sure if I looked it up online, like
there's a screenshot.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, but for me, it starts out with an introvert. So
mine starts with an extrovert.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'll have that ready for next time too. I actually have the results on my phone, but I'll have to go through all my
I think it'll be more fun once everyone remembers what they are anyway.
Yeah.
We tell you now, you won't remember. Just like we can't.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the extrovert, which makes complete sense. And like, yeah, I tell people I'm an introvert all the time and no one seems to believe me, but I'm like,
I am. So chatty. You don't have a problem with strangers.
Yeah, it takes me 6 months to warm up. It takes me like 6 months to watch the crowd first. And I sound like a creeper, but I'm not. But like I watch everyone first, and then I'll start talking. So that's just how it is. But all I know is that like apparently I fall into the 1 to 3% of the population. So what? Yeah,
you're that special unicorn everyone needs in their life.
I guess so. I mean, not that special, but okay, we'll go for that.
Next time, just say yes.
Okay. All right.
Should we dive into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Theme song, which we know all about now.
Yes, we do. Okay, so that was Joshua in the closet.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh. Thank you, K-Ming. She responded. She said it's probably his idea too. And you love Joshua too.
I do.
안녕하세요. 도겸아 여기. 역시 젠틀. 아니야. 역시 젠틀해.
I don't know why, but I like that look when they have like partially tucked shirts in their pants like that. And then, I don't know why I find that very attractive.
Me too, even though it's like super messy, but that's kind of the charm.
Yeah.
Too busy to tuck in all the way around.
I know, right? And of course, like DK's like that. I'm like, ugh.
He's definitely going to be an extrovert.
오늘이 제가 듣기로는 MBTI 검사를 저희가 드디어 한다고 들었는데 이거를 한 번쯤 꼭 해보고 싶긴 했어요. 그렇죠. 궁금하잖아요. 네, 내 성격을 내가 모르는 성격이 있을 수 있어요.
I'm sorry, I just realized how long those two tables are.
I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out.
Totally seems like a staff meeting at any corporation anywhere.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Oh my goodness.
Where's lunch?
I know.
그거 알지? 내성적인 거. 막 이런 애가. 그러면서 막 회식 자리에서는 여러분 오늘 정말 고생 너무 많으셨어요.
Oh my gosh.
감사드리고요.
They think so too.
컨셉을 계속 잡아. 막 같이 떠들다가 갑자기 승관이가 웃고 있으면 승관이는 정말 웃기고.
나도 저러고 싶다. 여러분들 혹시 그 MBTI가 뭐에 제일 많이 줄 알아요? MBTI예요. 뮤직. 알려주시면 안 돼? 저도 몰라서 물어보는 거예요.
Myers-Briggs Type Indicator.
테스트가 호시가 말대로 내성적인 거냐 아니냐 뭐 그것만 보는 게 아니라 정말 여러 가지 성격을 보는 거니까
어떻게 한번 시작해 볼까요?
They look so cramped together. They have no arm space. Like,
Right?
to stretch.
지금부터 이제 하면서 안 하는 사람들도 있어.
No cheating.
성격인 거지.
Yeah.
거기서부터 성격이 나온댔어.
이미 우리 성격을 아는 사람들도 정말 이 전문적으로 이 테스트를 했을 때 어떻게 나오는지 너무 궁금해하니까 멤버도 한번 제대로 좀
진지하게 임해보자.
I've had to take this at 2 different jobs.
What? That's crazy.
Isn't that weird? It's kind of personal to do at work.
Yeah.
내 성적이라면서요.
That's so crazy. They're doing a paper test and not something digitally where you could get the
Right?
results so fast.
그래서 저희가 MBTI 검사를
It's like a junior high test.
Right?
물어볼까요?
이게 별거 아닌데 생각보다 하면서 재밌네. 결과에 대한 긴장이 있지 조금.
어떤 형이 나올 것 같아요?
어떤 형이 있는지를 모르니까.
일부러 그거 한 거잖아. 알면서 왜 그래?
하려고 했는데. 왜? 나는 범죄원 나올 것 같긴 한데.
I didn't get that joke, but
No, I don't know what that means. We're gonna have to Google that.
right.
범죄형에서 욕심이 많아서 멈췄어야 됐어.
아쉬웠어? 아쉽다.
근데 제대로 말하자면 뭐 여러 가지가 있는 것 같아. 재기발랄한 활동가, 정의로운 사회운동가,
야, 뭔 느낌인지 알겠다.
용의주도한 전략가, 논리적인 사색가, 뭐 대담한 통솔자.
나 선의의 옹호자 나올 것
Oh, you're an advocate,
I
right?
am an advocate. Why'd I gotta say it like that? Wow.
형이 선의의 옹호.
A turbulent advocate, apparently.
관리자, 사교적인 외교관.
나 엄격한 관리자도 할 수 있게.
엄격한 관리자.
엄격한 자기 관리자예요?
자기 관리자 부승관이다. 만능 재주꾼, 호기심 많은 예술가, 모험을 즐기는 사업가,
자유로운 영혼의 연예인.
나랑 비슷한 게 많은 것 같아. 그러니까 100%는 아니겠지만 약간 애매하게 느낌이 있는 거지.
뜨거운 논쟁을 즐기는 변론가 느낌도 있는데 여기서 하나만 더 붙여서 뜨거운 논쟁을 즐기면서 버벅대는 변론가. 그렇게 해서 약간 뭐 이런 느낌?
I don't see him as stuttering.
죄송한데 디노 마이크 좀 잘라.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of people who stutter as kids end up in performing arts to like help, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of famous actors and singers who actually stuttered when they were little.
Ah.
기침을 해야 돼.
독일.
이거는 당연히 알지.
나 모를 것 같은데.
자, 해볼게. 이제 집중해. 너 이제 집중해. 이제 딱 진짜 집중해. 야, 문준이 너야.
이제 결과가 나왔다고 합니다.
Oh my gosh, do you think the staff had to like check it?
I think so. They had to.
사람들이 많네요.
그런 것 같아요. 근데 13명인데 그 유형이 5가지밖에 안 나온 것도 신기하다.
그러게.
That makes sense. Otherwise, how could you work together if you got all 13?
Yeah.
Whoa.
그럼 먼저 제일 많이 있는 4명이 있는 열정적인 중재자에 대한 특징 제가 설명해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 중재자형 사람은 최악의 상황이나 악한 사람에게서도 좋은 면만을 바라보며 긍정적이고 더 나은 상황을 만들고자 노력하는 진정한 이상주의자입니다.
네, 복염 흡수 준 오케이.
Wow.
야 이거네. 이들 안에는 불만 지피면 활활 타오를 수 있는 열정의 불꽃이 숨어 있습니다. 가장 큰 장점은 적절한 은유나 이야기를 통해 그들의 생각을 상징화하여 다른 이들과 깊이 있는 의사소통을 한다는 점입니다.
I like how Scoops doesn't seem convinced. He's like,
He's like, what?
이들은 또한 뛰어난 언어적 소질을 보이는데 이는
look at his
비단
face.
외국어뿐만 아니라 제2 외국어, 심지어는 제3 외국어까지 습득하는 데에는 대회까지 재능을 보입니다. 맞긴 맞네. 너무 좋은 성격인데 이건? 꾸준한 관심을 가지고 이들을 지켜보지 않으면 이들은 연락을 끊고 은둔자 생활을 하기도 합니다.
Really?
와 이거 맞는 것 같아. 거기에 속하는 유명인이 있어요. 셰익스피어. 와. 그리고 이제 조니 뎁.
Okay.
줄리아
I can see
로버츠
that.
아세요?
Who doesn't know Julia Roberts?
ooh.
히들스턴.
Dino.
그 뭐냐 로키 어벤져스 로키.
I love how everyone's like,
No, Loki, not Rocky.
호시 형, 어때? 형이랑 성격 좀 맞는 것 같아?
아 글쎄.
근데 이게 뭐 이게 맞는 부분도 있을 거고 안 맞는 부분도 있을 거고 그냥 뭐
100% 호시형이 아니고 100% 쿱스형이 아닌데 중간중간
네, 그런 면들이 있다.
it's oddly like
저
astrology.
Yeah.
섞으면 열정적인 중재자가 돼. 지금
But it's so much fun.
It is fun.
간추려서 얘기 나온 게 있는데 스스로를 너무 아끼고 사랑함.
아끼고 사랑함 호시형이야.
게으른 완벽주의자.
에스쿱스.
완벽하게 하지
Oh,
못할 거 많이
dang.
맞아 완벽하게 하는 거 심장을 안 해.
그리고 힘들어도 혼자 해결하려고 함.
준영이
이거 오히려 문제일 수도 있어.
Look at his face.
한 번 싫은 건 끝까지 싫음. 호불호 명확하시죠?
오, 나 죽어도 싫어.
네. 누가 내 일하는 방식에 대해 간섭하면 분노.
And of course, so she's like, this doesn't sound like me at all.
Right?
에스쿱스. 혼자 있는 건 좋은데 외로운 건 싫음.
Oh.
I get that.
소름 돋네.
Yeah.
뒤에 정리된 게 약간 팩트다.
저는 이게 진짜 재밌을 것 같은데 저희가 항상 승관이랑 번원이가 조금 다르다라고 생각하고 있잖아요.
저도 되게 의외예요.
진짜 신기하다.
진짜 신기한 거예요.
맞아요. 번원이가 저한테 와가지고 승관이랑 진짜 안 맞는 것 같다고 얘기했었거든요.
아 진짜요? 나도 정한이 형한테 많이 이렇게 했어.
What? Instigator.
Cruel.
대기발랄한 활동가 승관 번원. 활동가형 사람은 자유로운 사고의 소유자입니다.
He looks a little nervous.
Yeah.
메이커 역할을 하기도 하는
He's like, how are we the same?
타인과
Mhm.
사회적, 정서적으로 깊은 유대 관계를 맺음으로써 행복을 느낍니다. 매력적이며 독립적인 성격으로 활발하면서 인정이 많은 이들은 인구의 대략 7% 정도 속하고
Oh.
모임을 가든 어렵지 않게 만날 수 있습니다.
아니 둘 다 딱 있는 거다.
맞는 것 같아.
Okay, deep thought.
Right?
But yeah.
그지? 약간 둘 다 그래. 다양히 활동가형 사람은 언제 어떻게 휴식을 취해야 하는지 잘 알고 있습니다.
오, 둘 다 잘 줘.
이게 발전 사람과 같은 고통을
I don't know why that was so funny. Like,
이면서도 예민한 성격의 소유자입니다.
인정.
맞아, 내가 승관이한테 고민 같은 거 얘기하면 진짜 자기 일처럼 막 아파하고 즐거워하고 그러는 걸 보면은 공감을 진짜 잘해줘요.
번원이도 발 밟히는 거 아파하잖아.
Aww. When he gets stepped on, everyone's like, what?
자 이제 읽어드릴게요 뒤에 거. 재밌어요. 약간 지금이랑 좀 바이브가 달라요. 정신산만.
He got insulted.
대화를 좋아함.
둘 다 은근히 비슷한 구석이 많아.
비슷해 둘이.
무언가에 쉽게 몰두했다 쉽게 그만둠.
아 대박.
It's like it's true. He's like, dang it.
하나를 제대로 완성시킨 적이 손에 뽑음. 완성하면 그거 죽을 때까지 행복해함.
번원이.
리액션을 잘해줘서 고민 상담하는 애들이 많음. 리액션을 잘해주는 거 비슷하다.
리액션 진짜 좋거든.
거짓말 잘 못함.
His facials.
그래 있네. 다음 게 뭔지 알아요? 위기 대처 능력이 뛰어남.
그게 여보세요. 네.
그리고 눈치가 빠른 편이나 모른 척을 잘함.
진짜 눈치가 빠른 사람이야.
나 모르는 척 잘하네. 모르는 척 잘하네.
외향적이라 친구들이랑 노는 게 너무 좋지만 내 시간을 갖고 싶을 땐 철저하게 혼자 있음.
맞아.
승관이 혼자 막 카페도 가고 막. 번원이도 그래.
혼자 따릉이도 타고 막 그러고.
back to that bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
난 사실 그러니까 혼자 있으려고 있는 것보다는 그냥 어쩌다 보니 혼자 있으면 그냥 이왕 혼자 있는 거 그 시간을 즐기려고 해.
자 그리고 이
I totally get that though. Like being alone.
계시네요. 로버트 다우니 주니어.
와 게임 끝 아니냐?
Ooh, Will Smith.
밝은 사람들이다.
그리고 스파이더맨.
Which Spider-Man?
I
The
know.
character?
Yeah. Is there Beyonce? Adele.
근데 딱 연예인들만 들어도 뭔가 되게 재치 있고 재밌는 사람들이 재밌는 분들이 많다.
아 근데 이거는 캐럿들도 진짜 놀랄 것 같아. 너랑 나랑 비슷해.
그러게.
근데 예전에는 난 쟤랑 진짜 성격 다르다라고 생각했는데 얼마 전에 얘랑 얘기를 하면서 그냥 걷는데 거의 1시간 동안 서로 그냥 고민에 대해서 막 얘기를 하는데 여기 그런 게 있어. 인간 감정이나 인간 관계에 대한 내용이 이들의 대화의 단골 소재입니다.
그러니까 우리는 취향이 다른 것 같아. 성격이 다른 게 아니라 취향이 다르니까 이게 오히려 서로가 지금 우리가 이렇게 안 맞는 걸 알고 있는 것 자체가 같이 붙어 있는 시간도 많고 대화하는 시간이 많으니까.
D8 원우 우지 선의의 옹호자를 한번 읽어보도록 하겠습니다.
네.
이들은 인구의
This is
7%
you.
되지 않는
So you're the same as Woozy. That makes sense.
Of
이들 안에는
course.
깊이 내재한 이상향이나 도덕적 관념이 자리하고 있는데요.
피디님 읽는 거 시키신 거 후회하시고
Dang. Wow.
리액션 옆에서 해줘야 되는데 있는데요.
또 있어요. 나긋나긋한 목소리 뒤에는 강직함이 숨어 있으며
그렇지. 야.
간직.
맞네.
의견을 강력하게 피력할 줄 알며 옳다고 생각되는 일에는 지칠 줄 모르고 투쟁합니다.
우지 형.
와 진짜 지칠 줄 모르잖아.
Look at my face. I'm like, oh god.
야 우지는 약간 전쟁 광이지.
자, 이 사람들은 다른 이들의 감정을 섬세히 살피며 다른 이들도 역시 마찬가지로 그렇게 해주길 바랍니다.
보시 형한테 뭘 하면 안 돼. 아까 자기 일에 관해서 막 관련을 공감하면 되잖아.
자 꾸준한 관심을 가지고 이들을 지켜보지 않으면 이들은 연락을 끊고 운동자 생활을 할까? 운동자가 되지 않도록 여러분 많은 관심 부탁드립니다 여러분. 네 여러분 운동자가 되지 않기로. 네.
자, 선의의 옹호자형 사람에게 있어 세상은 불평등과 불공정함이 난무하는 곳입니다.
그렇지. 그렇게 생각하지.
마지막이네요. 여기가 포인트거든요.
자, 자아와의 갈등이 많음.
Oh,
낯가림 희망.
이거죠.
very shy.
눈치 빠르다.
Very shy.
유행에 대단히 둔감하고 현실과 거리가 먼.
영어는 빠른데.
쟤는 제가 관심을 가져서 빠르는 거지.
다른 거에는 아예 그게 없는 거일 수도 있지.
그리고 여러 가지니까 그런 거.
내 사람한테는 잘해줌. 물론 그냥 아는 사람한테도 어느 정도 선의는 베풀지만 잘못하면 얄짤없이 버림.
오 맞는 거 같아.
That sounds about right.
우지 형 계획적인 거 좋아하거든. 맨날 누워 있으면은
And that sounds about right too.
유명한 연예인, 유명인,
어?
마틴 루더킹,
Oh.
넬슨 만델라,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
키드먼,
이게 지금 다 통솔자 한국이구나 이게 지금.
레이디 가가.
레이디 가가,
Tell me something.
Your favorite Beth. I love
All
Morgan
singing.
Freeman.
Anytime a singer comes out.
근데 여기 너무 웃긴 거잖아. 이걸 읽으면서 호시 형이 이걸 읽고 있었잖아. 그래서 우리 앞에서 호시 형 걸 봤어 다시. 근데 아까 밑줄 안 치시는 건지 안 읽는데.
이거는 아까 열정적인 중재자에 다시 껴 넣어주시면 감사드리겠는데 관종인데 막상 관심 받으면 어색하고
It's true. He was like trying to sink into the table. I've never seen someone read so hunched over.
I know. I was like, did he need glasses?
Yeah.
공감하고 있어요.
재밌다.
조슈아 디노 민규.
이거 궁금하다 이거.
정의로운 사회운동가. 자, 사회운동가형은 카리스마와 충만한 열정을 지닌 타고난 리더형.
I love their reactions. Oh.
Right.
진정으로 타인을 생각하고 염려하며 그들이 필요하다고 느낄 때면 발벗고 나서서 옳은 일을 위해서 쓴소리하는 것을 마다하지 않습니다.
민규.
Aww. These are the guys you like.
It is, actually.
and Joshua.
좀 시끄러운 편.
You like chaotic people?
써놓은 거 아니에요?
시끄러운 편.
그리고 두 번째, 핵 인싸가 되고 싶어함.
핵 인싸가 아니야. 핵 인싸가 되고 싶어함.
화가 나면 겉으로 표현하지 않고 묵묵히 참아냄. 그리고 상처를 받으면 오래감.
조슈아 오래 가잖아.
아 근데 3명 다 그래.
정이 많아서 맺고 끊는 것이 분명하지 못해요.
맞아.
맞아.
와 유명인이
오바마,
Oh, that's a good one.
바락 오바마, 오프라 원프리,
윈프리.
오프라 윈프리, 제니퍼 로렌스.
딱 세 분밖에 안 계시네.
I love how they're all really thinking about it. They're like,
You're like,
한 명이에요. 네, 용감한 수호자.
오케이, 어떤지 한번 들어보자.
드릴게요. 네, 수호자형 사람은 꽤 독특한 특징을.
it's always hard when you're the only one.
right?
정의하는 성격 특성에 꼭 들어맞지 않다는 한마디로 정의 내리기 힘든 다양한 성향을 내포하고 있는데 이는 그들의 장점을 승화시켜서 그들 자신을 더욱 돋보이게 합니다. 약 13%로 꽤 높은 인구 비율을 차지하는데 인구 대다수를 차지하고 있어서 이들보다 나은 성격은 아마 없을 거라고. 굉장히 좋은 성격이라고 하네요.
Oh.
우리 팀 와가지고 이렇게 됐구나. 미안해요.
여기는 일이 마무리되지 않고 있으면 게으르게 가만히 앉아있지는 못하는 이타주의적 성격을 가지고 있대요.
나는 내가 계획된 일이 앞으로 안 나가면
이거 할 거야 말 거야 이러면 이런 식으로 많이 얘기하잖아.
갈 거야 말 거야.
화려한 스포트라이트 받는 것을 불편해하고
너무 불편해.
공을 인정받는 것에 대해서 어색해하기도 한대요.
마지막 장인가 이제?
네, 이제 요약돼 있는 거예요. 남들 챙기는 거 좋아.
좋아, 진짜 좋아.
Oh.
전화 오면 고민 많이 하고 받음.
오, 맞아.
그래서 안 받니?
어떤 느낌인지 알아요? 어쩔 땐 내향적이고 어쩔 땐 외향적. 성격이 왔다 갔다 해서 자기 자신도 자기 성격을 잘 모른대요.
왔다리 갔다리 하는.
성격이 온화하고 하자고 하면 거의 다 해준대요.
오, 야, 신기하다.
자기 의견을 주장해보단 다수 의견에 따름.
우와.
조직에 안정감을 주는 타입.
오.
그리고 유명인이 있는데 비욘세.
He's so mad.
Oh. Look how happy he is. He's like, yep, Captain America.
어떤 느낌인지
형이 이제 앞으로 등에 방패 메고 다니.
지금 이 얘기들도 민망해 지금.
이게
생각해보니까 전체적으로 그 관심을 받는 것도 불안한 사람 많고 관심을 받고 싶은데 불안한 사람도 많고 관심에 관련이 좀 많네요 우리가.
아무래도 연예인이다 보니까.
그러니까 뭔가 우리가 진짜 이 방송 활동을 하면서 나오는 그 멤버들의 그런 모습들이 여기로 설명이 제대로 되니까 너무 재밌는 것 같아요.
재밌네.
아우 좋습니다.
여기 안 맞는 사람이 있는 것 같아요.
다 똑같을 순 없지만
모든 상황이 다 같을 수는 없으니까.
그런데 참 묘하게 근데 잘 묶여. 정말 비슷해요.
진짜 신기하게 잘 묶인 것 같아.
그러니까 나한테 안 맞다 싶으면 같이 묶여 있는 멤버가 속해 있는 그 말이 많아.
자, 그래서 오늘 멤버들 오늘 저희가 MBTI 테스트를 해봤는데 어땠어요?
너무 신선하고 좋았던 것 같아 나는.
오 역시 용감한 수호자 정말.
I feel like Lucy's just gonna call everyone by their personality name now.
You're right. That would be amazing if he did.
네, 이렇게 또 나오고 보니 신기하고 좋네.
나는 내가 나를 정말 좀 이기적이라고 생각을 많이 했는데 또 이렇게 보니까 약간 좀 내가 그렇진 않네라는 생각도 들고.
그리고 이거 주변의 영향을 받으면서 성격이 변할 수도 있는 거고 이게 그래서 결과가 매번 달라질 수도 있는 거예요.
나중에 그냥 약간 다시 한번 정확하게 한번 다시 해도 재밌겠다. 바뀔 수도 있으니까.
우리 팀끼리 이렇게 살면서 뭔가 오묘하게 바뀐 부분들이 있잖아.
근데 내가 어릴 때 이 테스트를 했으면 절대 너랑 같은 결과가 안 나왔을 거야. 너한테 영향을 많이 받아서 그런 걸 수도 있는 거야.
Dang.
I can't tell if that was savage or not.
I know.
I'm really torn.
Yeah.
재밌게.
Semi-savage? Doesn't this remind you of like the housewives reunions? Like when
Yes.
someone's bickering, one's on the other side, separate? Yeah. So funny.
약간 이런 컨텐츠로 또 보면 재밌겠다. 또 다른
진짜 선생님 초빙해가지고
그림 테스트라든지 아니면 뭐 상황 테스트.
Oh, they're giving the producers all the wrong ideas.
몰래카메라 상황 테스트.
그런 거.
One day in August.
올해는 좀 덜 덥다고 했는데 아니었네요. 시원해.
There's Is that the Stranger Things logo? What's happening?
It does look like it, right? Oh.
깜짝이야. 와. 오. 제가 여기 앉죠?
That is so creepy.
네. 캠핑이요? 캠핑은 이제 중학교 때 수학여행으로 가가지고 캠핑을 해본 적은 있어요. 텐트 직접 치고.
How's he so casual? I would be turning around most of the time and looking at those three.
I would be like, I'm not doing it in here. Like, can we go outside?
Yeah. And I was like, why is it so dark?
잠자리가 달라지는 거 말고는 그냥 놀러 갔다고 생각밖에 안 들어서. 잠자리가 달라지는 거 말고는 그냥 놀러 갔다고 생각밖에 안 들어서. 그런 거 같은데 재난?
That sounds like the emergency test system, you know, where we live. Is this the same over there? That noise? It must
Good
be,
question. Like,
캠핑할 때요? 전 낚시랑 그다음에 뭐 낚시 말고는 딱히 뭐 특별한 건 없을 것 같아요. 뭔가 그냥 밖에서 밥 해먹고 이런 거는
right? So creepy. Why would they do this to him?
what is happening?
Oh my gosh. What's his awkward act?
He's like,
이 사람이네. 사람이야. 움직이지 마요. 팔 움직이지 마요. 야, 이상해 여기.
it's weird here.
이상해. 사람이야. 사람이야 이거. 이상해.
I'm so surprised he didn't do that from the get-go.
아니야. 이러지 마요. 나 이제 싫어요. 이거 사람이네.
He's so cute. He has like that nervous laughter going on.
Right.
이러지 마요. 하지 마 이러지 마.
You're right. I'd be worried once I knew they were real that they would creep up behind me.
Right? I mean, they look like hitmen.
yeah. Or bank robbers.
Yeah.
아 나가지 마요. 형 나가지 마요. 나 알고 있는데 너무 무섭단 말이에요. 거짓말 만지니까 사람이구만 그냥. 사람 티 많이 나요 형. 아 형 나가지 마요. 나는 일단 그냥 알았다고 해도 이거 무서워요 진짜. 이거 빨리 풀고 그러면.
I wonder if they're testing his MBTI results right now.
I
Like,
guess, right? They must be somehow.
yeah. From scared to like curiosity.
이렇게 해야 됩니까 이렇게?
I would sit on the other side.
Yeah. I would be facing them.
깜짝이야. 그러지 마요.
I would literally sit on the other side and pull the chair away from all of them.
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh.
하지 마요. 왜 그래요?
He looks so cute.
It literally scared the crap out of him, but he's thanking them anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, they're all So I think you're right. It must be like a way to test some of their personality traits.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, well, it looks like they were spot on with us coops right there. Oh my gosh, you're gonna do this for the rest of the members too? To see their
Right?
reaction? Oh my gosh. Okay, I really can't wait for Hoshi's reaction though. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it's
It
gonna be
looks
good.
it's gonna be real good.
I don't think the DK is gonna be particularly quiet and like easygoing about it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the two I'm expecting to give us the loudest reactions, probably.
Yeah. June, I feel like he would be pretty quiet. He'd be like,
Yeah.
what the hell? You know?
I love June. He's so funny.
He's so quiet, you know? So I'm like, who else would be like, oh, Dino, I would think would like freak out too. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
I feel like Woozy is just gonna laugh at them.
Yeah.
But like as you said, it's kind of like a nervous laugh. It's like I'm laughing because otherwise I'll be yelling at you.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting. Like taking these tests, like it's funny because I remember reading something about like Vernon, like his test right here is different now because he retook it recently. I think
Oh,
he
really?
was like I think he started off with like a extrovert, but now he's an introvert. So,
I mean, it makes sense. We all change. I mean, no one's the same after every 5 years. I feel like a new person.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, you know, because of your surroundings or like your circle of friends may change, so that affects your personality too. So, I'm pretty sure he mentioned that like on Weverse like recently, but Carrots let us know because like I'm pretty sure like Vernon said something like that, like he's like an introvert right now. So, which is so interesting, you know?
Well, if you think about it, 2 years in the pandemic, who isn't an introvert right now?
I know.
So
It's
that's
so
another
true.
thing. That situation, it's kind of, you know, if you ever had any social anxiety, it's all piling in, you know?
Yeah, it's so true. That's such a good point because like I'm like, yeah, you know, like when they were saying that you know, they're okay with being alone, like some of the personality traits, I was like, oh, I totally get it. Like especially like you said now, you know, like the pandemic, like we're all so like used to being in our own little space and bubble and away from like social circles. I mean, now we're kind of like slowly like you know reaching out to friends and hanging out and stuff like that. It just feels weird again, you know, just to be around people, you know.
Yeah,
So
when I first went somewhere where there was more than like 10 people, I was like, because in your
Yeah.
head, you're like, I'm not supposed to be around more than 10 people.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, eventually we're going to go back to that. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like even for us, like when we went to the BTS concert in November, we're like, this feels weird. Like, are we allowed to be around these people at all? You know?
Yeah. That's definitely the biggest event I've been to in what, 2.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really crazy. Yeah, I do feel like mine definitely changed because the first time I did it, I was, you know, living in a different city, working a different kind of job.
Yeah.
Like you said, had different friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it changed from like the first time I did it, definitely changed to the second time, but the second time to the third time, I think it was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But I do feel like maybe I could see this would be something that you might want to take like once every decade and
Yeah.
just see if like you still check the same boxes.
Yeah.
I was not in this group, by the way. I remember I'm a campaigner. So
Okay.
17 would not have let me be in their group.
That's not true.
But I do remember the only famous campaigner I remember, of course, was RM.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I'm sure there were other people too, but I was just so stoked that I was the same as RM.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it
Who
definitely
doesn't
wasn't
wanna be
like a
like RM?
super, right? It wasn't like a super tiny one like yours, though, like a 1%er.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I think I have my results like on my phone right now. It's like saved on like my favorites somewhere. I can never remember. I just remember I'm like introvert. I'm like, it's true. I'm an introvert. No one believes me though. I am. And when I tell them, they look at me all funny and I'm like, why are you looking at me funny? It's true.
don't think most introverts passionately declare and fight with people over their introvertedness. They probably just like slowly back away like Homer Simpson into the bush. Like yell at people.
I'm like, I am, damn it. Stop trying to make me defend myself. Yeah, gosh, like where is it?
Well,
Yeah.
and I know even if you're like a general thing like campaigner, advocate, then the other things like it splits into smaller groups.
Yeah.
There's technically like 5 letters, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 dash something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Depending.
Yeah, I am a turbulent advocate. I was like turbulent, you know, I'm like, dang, turbulent sounds kind of crazy, but INFJT. So my role is a diplomat.
INFJT. What's the J for?
So I know I always forget this every single time. I
wish they would just like with all acronyms, put the acronym and then immediately below it say what it means.
Yeah.
Instead of making me work so hard to figure it out. I just don't know what the J is.
Yeah. Once upon a time I knew. I wrote down a piece of paper somewhere, like an old art.
We'll do our research.
Yeah.
We'll circle back.
Circle back for sure.
But I'm definitely interested for all of our carrots and any of our subs. If you know what you are, please put it in the comments because I find it really interesting if you feel comfortable. Because it can be very revealing. And like I said, just like astrology, sometimes the worst part about it is you're like, 3/4 of it is right, but this stuff's really wrong. But the 3/4 that's right is not stuff I'm proud of.
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, it's true, but
yeah. When I went through the results on this, you know, I honestly took this like literally, I think like a few weeks ago, you know, just for kicks.
Yeah.
You know, last year I took it too, and I had the exact same results, you know, so I was like, okay, nothing changed, of course, you know.
Nothing did change. This year was supposed to be different, Tammy. Try it again in 2 more years.
I know. I'll try again in 2 more years. Yeah. But yeah, when I read through the results, I was like, oh, dang, man, someone really knows me really well.
You're like, that's me. And the questions are interesting because they're not like super invasive or anything. Like, it's kind of amazing that they can extrapolate so much out of fairly basic questions.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm like, it's so interesting, you know, like to just know more about yourself that way too.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this does sound like me.
Okay, I just remembered I put mine in my Twitter profile, but I didn't put the 5th letter. I'm an ENFP. I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, let's look it up.
I know
right
it's
now.
an extrovert.
Yeah, you're definitely an extrovert for sure. ENFP, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and prospecting personality traits.
Prospecting? What's that mean?
Prospecting.
Oh.
Sorry. Wow. Like
That's fine. That's fine, Hoshi. I get it.
I know. Yeah, you're a campaigner. Okay, so like you said, and
I can't remember if I have like a T. It's like a hyphen something, but I didn't put that down. I feel like it's either T or a A or something.
These people tend to embrace big ideas, actions that reflect their sense of hope, goodwill towards others. Their vibrant energy can flow in many directions. Oh, I agree with that.
Right? Not too bad.
Yeah, you do have great energy. You know? Yeah, and true fierce. Wow, I cannot talk today. True free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted. Check.
True,
Open-minded.
true.
Check. Outgoing. Check. I know I just said that earlier, but I just want to say check.
Saying it again.
With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. But even though they can be the life of the party, campaigners don't just care about having a good time. These personality types run deep, as does their longing for meaningful emotional connections with other people, which is true because like you keep saying that you are a feeler, and you are a feeler, you know, like you could feel people's emotions and like
I'm very empathetic. And it's funny because I feel like sometimes when you're extroverted, people think that you're a narcissist a little bit, but that's not necessarily the case, you know, like I can be an extrovert, but what I still like can read a room. I feel like I read a room really well. I'm always the person going, that person's about to get really mad. You should back off.
Yeah.
And other people are like, why? I'm just telling her the truth. I'm like, well, maybe today's not the day. She's having a bad day. I can see it. Let's be chill.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh wow. That's yeah. It's funny how much of it is true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like again, how do they even come up with this stuff?
It-
What
it's so
personality
crazy.
type writes these tests?
I know, right? It's just like I wonder if it's like a group of people or whatnot.
I mean, it
you
must
know?
be. It must be like a sociology department that came up with it or something.
Yeah. It can't just be just one person. I know it derived from a person, but still, you know, these are so thorough.
Briggs Meyer, I'm hoping that's at least two people. Or Meyer Briggs.
Meyer-Briggs. Yeah, Meyer-Briggs. I mean, it also could be let's see. Well, we'll talk more about who originated it next time because now I'm
that's
gonna
true.
go down like a rabbit hole.
That's
of,
true.
like-
We've sent you on a research kit.
Yeah. And we all know I love research, and I'm just gonna be sitting here like for the next 3 hours, just like reading everything to you guys.
I was gonna say in the second job where I had to take it, I felt very uncomfortable because we did it in like a group setting, team by team. And that's why I understood our guardian so well. I was the only one of my type. So then once there was probably like 15 of us, and then they broke us up into smaller groups based on our type, based on the first letter of your type. Not all the way down because that would have been too intense. So, and then everyone had to do group stuff together, but I was the only one with my first letter. So I had to do everything on my own.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the
right?
whole point was to get to know people better. And I was like, can't you guys just pretend I'm something else? Because like, I don't think I'm getting what you guys want me to get out of this.
Yeah.
And in fact, it just made me feel like a freak. And then
Aw.
after that, I was like, I am a freak. I don't like it here. And I quit my job. So it did help me, I guess, in that way. I was like, none of these people are like me. This explains why I'm not that happy here. I feel like you need like some commonality in your day-to-day life. I mean, you spend so much time with those people. You've got to like them a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a little for sure.
Sorry, side tangent, but you know.
No, it relates like to the whole thing though. You know, that's so crazy that like your job, like you had to take that test, you know?
Weird? I mean, I guess it was for like team building is what they always say, but it's also kind of like, it does seem like you're trying to figure out who's the sociopath in the office.
Right?
Guess what? We already know it's that guy. The one at the end. You've seen him by the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't need a test. We know.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Like some of these tests like are like corporate offices like make you take, and it's like, really? Like for team building? Like now I'm just gonna get judged, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And now everyone's gonna remember this and be like, "Oh, be careful! You know she doesn't like blah blah blah." It's like, what? I had a friend who took one in an interview. Like he had his first interview and it went well, and when they called him back for the second one, he had to take the test. And I was like, "Is that to make sure you're gonna meld like with the team?" I wasn't sure if it was good or bad. It seemed weird.
Yeah. I forget who in 17 said that. Like, well, you know, this is a test, you know, but 75% could be true, you know, like most of it could be true and the other part not, you know? So it's interesting to me that some employers like rely on this test because it's like, it's so broad. Like, yeah, there's parts of it that it's like really true. But others, not so much. Okay, yeah, Woozy was one of them, but there was someone else that said that. But you know, like it's just
and because it can change.
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't know how that person is going to change in this new job, in this new environment.
Yeah,
it seems like you're really judging them based on their past and not looking to what their future is going to be, and their future is going to be with you, hopefully.
Yeah, it's so interesting. It wasn't like the Myers-Briggs test, but it was like some sort of personality test that our job took as team building, and we all took it. Okay, it's strange to say it's team building, but we weren't in one cohesive team taking this. Like we were with like other departments too.
Oh, that's weird.
I know it was weird, but yeah, I remember that my boss came back and she was like, "Oh man, like you're the sensitive one out of the group, you know, like I totally get it. You're like that personality. Like we're trying to guess like whose personality is what," and I'm like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, and doesn't that seem something weird for your boss to know?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I know she like, cause like we spend so much time like more than family, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
to your point earlier, like, uh, you want to hope that you like an inkling of that person,
Yeah.
because you're with them like more than
They might
you
not be
are.
your best friend, but you don't want to hate them
Yeah.
actively, passionately.
Yeah, and so like I spend so much time with her that like of course she knows my personality, but I find it funny like when like instantly when she came back she was like, oh yeah, this personality is still you, and she was like reading it off from a piece of paper because like she knows me, right? Because
Wow.
it's already like a few years into like the job, and so I read it and I'm like, why do you guys say it like that? But okay, yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it.
It's funny
You
how
know?
I feel like when you do this with friends or family, it doesn't feel judgy. But
Mhm.
in a work environment, it can feel a little like they're looking for your flaws and not your strengths.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, honestly, this episode was very interesting. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, S Coop's reaction was like really hilarious, but really played into like he's a good example where it actually played into like that MBTI result,
hmm
So, I
And even
mean,
when they were going around the table, I thought it was interesting. He was the first one I noticed, but I noticed a lot of the other guys did this too, where they were passionately agreeing when they were reading other people's, but for
mhm.
their own, they were like,
Yeah.
"Hmm." Like, you know what I mean? Like, they
I
weren't disagreeing, but they were also kind of like, is that me? I mean, I guess. Is that
yeah,
how I come off?
yeah, Vernon especially, I got that vibe from. Like he looked like
Yes.
a thinker and he just sat right there and was
It's
like,
like,
huh,
hmm,
huh, huh.
hmm.
You know?
I
Jo-
guess,
and Josh,
yeah.
yeah, and Joshua too. Like I got that
Mhm.
vibe from him too, that he was like, hmm. So I think they were just like soaking in like the information, I feel like, but a little bit of me felt like they were kind of like in disbelief. Like maybe certain
Mhm.
parts they didn't like really, jive, I
Which, like you
guess.
said, makes sense. I feel like for yourself, the things you hear that don't make sense, you immediately are like, that's not me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
harder maybe sometimes to recognize the stuff that is you.
Yeah. And I find it so funny, like Soin Kwan and Vernon being the same like
Yeah.
personality type. Cause I did not see that coming at all. Maybe because like maybe we're still trying to get to know them,
Mhm.
and
It's not that Vernon's necessarily quiet, but the other one is so loud.
he's very boisterous,
He's very boisterous and
Yeah.
energetic.
Yeah. And when we say boisterous, it's not in a negative
Yeah,
connotation.
no.
So, but it's just how who he is,
Yeah.
And when for them to have like the same like MBTI, personality, I was like, oh wow, I did not see that coming at all.
Well, I did love when Vernon said, we have a similar personality, we just have different tastes.
Yeah.
Because that is two very separate things
Hmm.
that sometimes you forget about. You're like, oh my gosh, we have the same personality, we're going to be the same. It's like, not necessarily. Like,
Yeah.
I like shellfish, you don't. You like
Yeah.
horror movies, I don't.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. That's a totally different thing.
So I thought
Yeah.
that was really smart. I was like, good point.
Yeah.
You can still process stuff in the same way, even if you don't you don't go after the same things.
It's interesting because for me, like just watching their interactions, I was like, so does that mean like they didn't get along? Wow, what am I saying? Get along initially. So I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I mean,
I don't think it was that they didn't get along. I think it's just that maybe they
Were they?
didn't think they had much in common.
Okay.
But maybe they do, the way they process stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
the day-to-day stuff is not the same.
Yeah. And was it DK that said that like, oh, well, you guys talk a lot, even though you guys don't have like that I guess that initial connection, right? Or
Yeah.
whatnot.
And they talk about their feelings. Like, I feel like there's, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to find someone who's willing to talk about their feelings. So two
Mhm.
guys who like take an hour walk talking about their feelings together, like, just to
Yeah.
have someone you can bounce that around on.
Yeah, so this
Very cool.
yeah, so this is like an interesting thing, even though you have like two personalities that are the same, they're very much different, like you said, like the taste.
Yeah.
So y'all out there, if you got a result that you don't like, you know,
Don't worry.
just don't worry, you'll be fine.
If the celebrity is not your favorite, don't worry.
Yeah.
You don't have to be them.
You don't have to be a Beyonce, okay?
You don't have to be a Whitney. No, wait,
Yeah.
who was it? Oprah Winfrey. There
Yeah.
it is. Winfrey. Gosh, that would have been funny if it was Whitney. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder what her personality type was. I'm just saying. Now I gotta look that up on Google. So
I feel like I've just given you a bunch of tasks that you have to handle.
yeah,
now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Like, this is gonna be fun next week.
And yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of these play out because we know there's another game after this, right? So I'm very interested to see how people react and if people with the same personalities react the same.
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, so definitely we'll have to keep an eye on Swing Kwan and Vernon for sure because we know that they have the same personality types.
And I feel like we have to keep an eye on Woozy so that we can say so that you can be like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done that.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of advocate he is though, because I think there's two different advocates.
Yeah,
I
think they said, but I don't remember. We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, we'll go back next week or next time to look. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching with us. And if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And we are LaChiMoLaLa. And we will see you guys next time for part 2 of the MBTI test.
안녕.